Yep, we have another question about Pennywise. And honestly, I have no clue how it slipped past us all this time. We already know that Pennywise originated in the Macroverse and crash landed on Earth in an asteroid. Now, it, Welcome to Derry, has delved into the arrival of Pennywise in much more detail and added a backstory to the Meteor in which it came here. According to this new narrative, it was a prison to hold the creature. But who put Pennywise in it in the first place? That's exactly what we would be exploring today. The Native Americans discovered that the meteor which brought Pennywise to Derry millions of years ago was actually its cage. And that's exactly why the shards or daggers made from pieces of this broken star helped them to keep it trapped in the town. So it's clear that someone put it inside the star spaceship and kicked it hard. And we have a few names in mind as to who this someone might be. First up, we have Pennywise's progenitor, the Other, or Gon. Gon is described by King as a mysterious force, but at the same time a benevolent one. He also created Meteor, the kind and helpful turtle in King's multiverse. It's thus possible that Gon did not realize that his son, which technically Pennywise is, would turn out to be such a devil. Understandable. No parent would consciously lead their child towards evil. Otherworldly or not, Gon was too taken aback and probably heartbroken to realize what a monster he had produced. I know it sounds like a family drama, and we have never looked at Pennywise like that before. But honestly, it's not that big of a stretch. It was thus Gon who made this prison for Pennywise, put it in, and sent his jerk for a son as far away as possible. Also, I'm guessing Gon did not anticipate the star would crack open due to the crash's impact and free Pennywise. And even if he did take that into consideration, Gon made sure that people could always use the shards from it to keep it at bay. On the other hand, it could have been Meteor too. Meteor and Pennywise are polar opposites on the goodness scale and deeply hate each other. In fact, the former even subtly aided the Losers Club in defeating Pennywise. The mutual hatred is palpable AF. Of course, he wouldn't like Pennywise anywhere near the Macroverse, near his family. Moreover, he probably understood their father's pain and shame at what Pennywise became. Hence, the other option is Meteor shackled Pennywise into the meteor and sent it away. Our last contender is the Crimson King. The general belief among fans is that Pennywise is an avatar of the Dark Lord, but we do have a few options on whether it might be serving the Crimson King like Randall Flagg. If we go with the latter, there is a possibility that at some point the Crimson King and it did not see eye to eye, and the Dark Lord managed to put it inside this space starship kind of thing and send it away. After discussing the three names, my gut says it was Gon. See, you'd need immense power to capture Pennywise and cast it away. I'm not saying Meteor or Gon is incapable of that power, but it makes a lot more sense if we're thinking along the lines of the creator as the destroyer. Pennywise is somewhat like Victor Frankenstein's monster. Once brought to life, its originator realized the danger that had been unleashed and tried to annihilate. So yeah, Gon had the most reasons and motivation to remove this blemish from his legacy. Coming to the part of how Pennywise landed in this universe, it has to do with Derry's positioning and partially luck. Though primarily the lair of Pennywise, Derry has also popped up in other works of King. For instance, the unsettling events of Insomnia were also set in this town. Characters from other novels like 11/22/63 and Tommyknockers also find themselves in Derry time and again. Even It Pet Cemetery, which is actually placed in Ludlow, Derry exists north of it. In conclusion, a ton of paranormal incidents occur in and around Derry. Reasoning this is not easy. The rational answer would be King created the fictional town based on Bangor, Maine, where he lived for a long time. The place is naturally close to his heart, and that's probably why it keeps popping up now and then. But if we look into some spectral explanation, Derry is located on a nexus between universes. It kind of acts like a barrier between realities, thus weakening its existence and allowing entities from other dimensions to slip through easily. The last option is Derry was just unfortunate to come up as a town over Pennywise's cave. Given that It, Welcome to Derry has laid out the cosmic connections more vividly, I am not trying to find logic here anymore. Let's just accept Derry functions as a tear line between the realm and thus the gateway for all sorts of creatures to enter Earth. Well, that's it for today, guys. I honestly believe that we would get to know that it has been some problematic father-son dynamic that led to Pennywise's imprisonment, and that Derry just happens to be on the fault line between dimensions, kind of attracting it to land here.